Hello, friends, and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I am Chelsea Toronto.
I am Dr. Lindsay here.
I'm saying things funny today. Sorry.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So before we get all the way into the show, I always have to do the admin because I forget about it because we just get to chit-chatting.
Actually, I appreciate what you're doing because when I listen to podcasts and I'm like, it's a cliffhanger and I'm hanging on every word and they're like, and we'd like to welcome our sponsor today. And you're like, oh, because it like breaks up the mindset. So I appreciate. Okay. So let me stop talking.
Cliffhanger. Okay, so today's episode is sponsored by 3 Spirit Drinks.
Yum.
And yum. I think it's just about the end of dry January or maybe damp January. Maybe you want to keep on not drinking. 3 Spirits has all the options for you. It's botanical drinks. There are mood uppers. There are mood relaxers. There's something for every occasion. So we go to 3spirits.com. You can use code SOFIRED15 for 15% off your purchase. And there's also a fun little quiz in case you can't decide what to drink. So check it out. 3spirits.com. Use code SOFIRED for SOFIRED15 for 15% off. Woo!
Really impressive.
Thanks.
You did a good job there.
Thanks.
It's not I wouldn't be able to articulate a lot of those words. Anyway.
It's hard when you say spirits because it's like it's like a lisp is happy.
I really noticed that. And I was like, I wouldn't have been able to
The night before we record, I always wear my retainer because I'm like, my teeth have to be as straight as possible so I can pronounce this.
Because if it's not, what happens?
Then I'm lisping everything.
You know what I notice when I don't wear my retainers? I can feel it already like caving in on itself.
Yeah.
Almost like the next morning.
The next day.
Yeah. You can kind of get away with it not wearing it one night, but 2 nights, it's already like jamming. And there are times like when I was skiing, I was like, should I wear my retainers now?
Yeah, I know. I think about that.
Interesting. I didn't know you thought about that.
Yeah. And then Austin is on his retainer journey and he has to do 10 more retainers now.
It's okay. You start to I find them comfortable, even when they hurt. Actually, he's in a really hurtful stage. So.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy.
Okay. Anyways, So Fired moments of the week.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
My favorite band is breaking up. Panic at the Disco, R.I.P. However, because the 2 people I texted, they were like, oh, no. Sure, that's an appropriate response. But I was like, oh, my God, I didn't realize I was going on his farewell tour.
Yeah.
Right? And like we imprinted on each other. And it's just such a beautiful way to go out and at least have some connection with him other than when I would listen to him during sexy times.
I wonder if they knew it was their final tour. It kind of seems like it was very sudden. Because he knocked his wife up, and then he's like...
I wanted to make sure... If he wasn't married or had a girlfriend, I was going to find my way towards him.
It doesn't stop all people, so... Well, there's a chance.
I like to think, what a nice thing. He dedicated to being a father.
Yeah.
And his pregnant wife. You can't argue with that.
I know. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, my So Fired moment of the week. I've been posting a reel on Instagram every single day for the month of January. I was just like, okay, I'm going to...
Oh, are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
I don't know.
Okay.
So, self-imposed challenge. I was like, I'm just going to see if I can do it.
Yet again. Okay.
Why does that really have to be a challenge?
I really like working hard.
I do. So I posted this. Okay, so most of my reels are like fitness related
And another thing that makes me feel really guilty.
Sorry.
You look so skinny and like you're working out so hard. And I'm like, I should do that.
Well, you can join me.
I've been waiting for the invitation to join you at your gym.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
Anyways, so they're mostly fitness videos, maybe a little nutrition, some like lifestyle stuff. So I posted this reel yesterday or 2 days ago, and I used one of our sounds from our podcast where it was like...
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that. That was cool.
And it was like, drop that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I captioned it like me every time I say something negative about my body.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got like the least amount of views and likes ever. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to be like vulnerable. I'm trying to be like a real person. And everyone is like, shut up. Like, we don't care. Like, shut up. So the So Fired part of it is I'm like, well, you told me exactly what you want to see. Back to fitness videos. So I won't even waste my time like posting reels, being a real person. I guess that's what stories are for. So it gave me a direction and
I did
content.
do that. I was like, hey, I did a reel and I was like, I thought I would I thought I'm old enough to no longer seek other people's approval, but yet here I am asking for you to judge my appearance and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you guys are so hard to please.
I know. I'm like, why does Instagram hate us so
I
much?
know. I was on a upward trend.
Yeah.
Upward swing.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
So yeah. So back to fitness videos.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice to hear.
Yep.
Okay. What else are we going to talk about today?
Well, what else have you been up to this week?
Nothing.
We both been skiing.
We sure did. I went, well, particularly yesterday's, I didn't want to, but you said, go.
She's like, I don't want to go. Tell me why I should go.
I don't want to go skiing. And then I said, I will go if you can convince me to go.
Yeah.
You want a challenge? Convince me to go.
And I'm like, because it's your day off and you have nothing else to do. And then if you don't go, tomorrow I will hear about, I didn't do anything on my day off. So that's how I convinced you.
Yep. And I was like,
and how
fine.
was it?
It was excellent. It was a 5 out of 5. I really got it. I didn't think I liked going up on myself. It's a little scary. And it's not. Yesterday I was like, oh yeah, I remember doing this.
Yeah.
So
Like ski amnesia.
yeah,
Yeah.
ski process amnesia. And I was like, oh yeah, don't put your skis on yet. Anyway, I was really glad I went. I did a lot of practice. I keep forgetting that like I am taking on a new venture
Mm-hmm.
and that I need to learn all the things. And I'm not used to being in the stage of learning
Yeah.
and starting over with like a new hobby.
Yeah.
So I practiced quite a bit yesterday and I'll wait for someone to judge me to tell me if I made it.
I know. I mean, I'm also still in practice mode because I'm trying to get my speed up. And I swear to God, my speedometer, however it tracks me, is broken because I'm trying to get to 40 miles per hour and it always stops at 39.9.
I think maybe it caps out.
I think it must cap out. It's like, nope, sorry, you can't go any faster than that. But like learning to go really fast and have control is definitely a new skill I'm learning because it's hard to not like wipe out. But
I found that
fine.
yesterday as well. I was
Mhm.
like, I actually need to pick up a little bit of speed, which seems counterintuitive.
Yep.
And then hang on for dear life and don't fall.
It's actually easier when you go faster.
That's what I hear.
Yep. Oh, this is one other thing that happened to me. This is so random. So on Instagram, this girl sent me a DM and out of the blue, never talked to her before. She was like, hey, I have a couple spots left in my Thailand retreat. Do you want to go? And I'm like, that's not in my budget right now. And then she messaged me back. She's like, she's like, we can work on it. Like, we can figure out a payment plan. I'll make it work. And I never sent her anything back. And then this morning, she's like, hey, girl, have you thought about it? Like, let's make it work. Like, I'd love to have you. And I'm like, why are you trying to get me to go to Thailand so hard? Like,
Okay. Okay. I can't believe you're not seeing through this.
what?
The whole thing. It's kind of like when I thought that country western song singer liked me.
Oh, yeah. But it's like a real girl.
So I thought he was a real guy.
Yeah, true.
'Cause sex trade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. And she's got like 5,000 followers. And I'm like,
She could have 5,000 bucks.
true. So it was weird.
Oh, were you ready to send a deposit?
No, definitely not.
Can you block her now?
I could. And then in the
Why
back of
wouldn't
my
you?
and then in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, it's in November. Like I could probably go by
Oh
then.
my
But-
God. What is wrong with you?
I'm just like in dire need of a vacation.
Okay, with strangers, you're gonna be like imported into the sex trade slave.
I know. I'm like, I don't think I should go to Thailand with a stranger that I don't know.
However, you're ready to like.
But I was like, but maybe.
So that's one.
So yeah, if I go missing in November, then look for me in Thailand.
I started in Thailand.
Yeah.
Ask around.
Yeah.
Okay. What else are we going to talk about today?
Well, you probably have an issue. I have some pop culture recap.
You probably have an issue.
You probably have an issue.
What issue do I want to talk about today? Okay. Touche. I do have an issue. I am struggling with the fact that like self-help sometimes is a zero-sum game in which you make a stance, you draw a line in the sand, and you're like, that's it. I'm honoring myself. It's done is done. But what people never talk about is the aftermath of what it's like to honor yourself. Because that means, more than likely, it means that you're doing something very courageous and a little risky where you're afraid. And you're like, I did it. Yeah, there's no, like, support group or, like, Instagram feed that talks about, like, what to do now that you're in uncharted territories.
There is. There's a coach for that.
But no, I don't.
$9.99 a month. You can get the support
There's a
that you want.
workbook with
Yeah.
a coloring portion. No, okay, but yeah, right? So it's like, I'm doing something new. I don't now you're just, like, freeballing it out there.
And yeah, the people that are confused by as to why you're doing that, they have nothing to offer really. They're just like,
Well,
well, good luck.
no. Okay, I'll make this about me. Okay, so as you know, I have cut ties. Okay, that sounds so dramatic, but I have chosen to honor myself by limiting my interaction with my family, my
Mhm.
blood family. Because it was like, I keep getting hurt and I don't feel appreciated, and I just feel like an afterthought where I'm used to their betterment. Okay, so I did that, and I'm like, yeah. But now it's like, I feel like I'm being punished because I am riddled with guilt. Whatever's gonna happen with my mom, and I'm like, ugh. And then I keep thinking about, like, my niece and nephew, and it's like, ugh. So was it worth getting abused? Or is it, or do I have to, like, stand firm and not feel bad? And it's pretty painful.
Is there any way where you could see your niece and nephew?
No. He has made it abundantly clear, in order to see my children, you have to go through me.
And he doesn't understand that that's actually hurting them
Mhm.
as well.
He rather not. And I know that this is really a thing right now because even my sister-in-law is not communicating. Or one time back in July, I said, hey, when he's out of town, how about, like, the four of us, like, go to a park?
Mhm.
And she never responded. If anything, she told him.
Yeah. She's conspiring to hang out with us while you're gone.
But meanwhile, when we get together, all you do is talk trash. You guys only talk trash about yourselves.
Right.
And, like, they bend my ear the whole time, like, she's so bad, he's so bad. And I'm like, I'm pretty good, and I bring the family together. So all I'm asking you is stop being a dick to me. And then, because I was doing it last year. And again, okay, this shouldn't be a therapy session.
Let it out.
Sorry. All I'm saying is I still feel really bad, even though I chose myself.
Is it the guilt that you're not seeing your niece and nephew, or is it what's the guilt?
I think it's being the child of a narcissist, where they get upset because I stand up for myself, and then they are more stubborn than I am. So then the only way I can get them back into my life is if I go groveling. And I don't want to do that.
So you have to out-stubborn the most stubborn person. Well, take a page from my book because
I'll never speak to them again.
yeah, I am literally the most stubborn person. And like,
Not with me, though.
not with you. Because like, I don't talk to my family. And they'll send me a message and I'm like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
No one's sending me a message.
Yeah. And it's like,
That's why my roommate asked his kids to send me a text because he knew.
but you know what? If you go long enough without reaching out to them, eventually they'll reach out. Your mom will reach out
When she has moved to Mexico.
before then.
But she's going to make me feel really guilty.
Well, it's not, you can't let her have that power of like,
That's not
guilt.
Yeah, that's not fair. If you were raised
Like-
by a narcissist, this was ingrained, where now it's going to be about them. And how could you have done this to me? And they seem to have amnesia when it comes to what they did to prompt this. Like, they don't ever see their actions. And then all they see is my reaction, and then they turn it around and blame it on me.
Then is it almost better to just like fake it when you're
No, because
around
it's
them?
very so the thing is, I'm not a narcissist.
Yeah.
So I have feelings
Right.
and actions, like, you don't just forget.
Yeah.
And I don't forget what they've done, but in the past I would forget just so I could fake it and apologize.
Mhm.
Like my father would say, "Oh, is this really what we're supposed to be talking about?" Anyway, so I continued. This is me breaking a new barrier with narcissistic family members, and it's not easy. So maybe I should read a book about that.
You should read a book about that.
Okay, I just solved my own question.
Yeah.
I don't want to take a mastermind. What are they going to do? Continue to coach me like, you're right, don't communicate. I guess that's what Al-Anon's for, too.
Yeah, I guess like your situation is different than mine because like I just have like physical distance between me and my family that
Yeah.
I put there, and like no one's a narcissist in my family that I'm aware of.
This is a different issue
Yeah.
for you entirely.
Yeah.
If you ask me, like, what's my issue today,
Yeah.
that's it. Like, feeling punished despite
Feeling
chilling.
for standing up for yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any issues? We know I'm chock full, so.
I know. Well, I mean, like when you're going along the lines of standing up for yourself and doing
Well, do you have a
something
different issue?
No.
Okay.
I just more or less feel like there's judgment on everything that I do, like at some points.
By whom?
Well, it's probably just self-imposed. Like, oh, she wants, like on Instagram, like, oh, she wants to like do this nutrition thing now. Like, she's a chiropractor. What is she doing?
Sure.
Oh, she wants to do a podcast. She's a chiropractor. What is she doing? Stuff like that, where
Do you know these people?
no, but it's always kind of in the back of my mind.
Okay. I felt the same way.
Mhm.
We talked about this on this very couch.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago, but it was like, I didn't want certain people to see it because they were going to be like, I thought you were a fashion designer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, and what I say to you is, consider that chiropractors do take nutrition very much into the practice.
Right.
And in order to be a chiropractor, you have to lead by example, in which a healthy, like physically active body then incorporates a little bit of chiropractic, and you're a full, complete circle. So everything you're doing, and if anything, your podcast is like giving you a platform in which we can talk about that. So
Yeah.
buckle up.
I know. It's like I'm still weary about like patients listening because
Oh, okay. Well, that's gross.
yeah, I'm like
No,
because
if
this
we're-
is not like the Dr. Lindsay you
No.
get in the office.
No.
I mean, you get a little bit of this in the office, but not like to this extent.
Oh, totally. And I don't want like, I have a very long list of people I don't want. Like, I don't want someone older or someone I work with or like my neighbors in my building. I don't want my family. I don't even want my roommate. The list is long.
Yeah,
I try not to think about that.
true.
That's the thing you should be concerned about.
And then it's also like those networking groups that I was going to.
Oh, yeah. I don't want them listening either.
No, I'm just like, I don't fit in with that group. Like,
No.
I can't seem to find a group to fit in with.
We are a group of two.
Yes, we are a group of two.
Yeah, we have not found a third.
No.
I actually don't think we're friendable.
Oh, well.
Okay, here's the thing. They
Why?
like us, but then they're like, whoa, you guys are obviously too
You're
close.
like a lot.
Well, you're too much. You guys are
Yeah.
too close, and I'm going to feel like a third wheel. So I don't think we're friendable.
I think maybe we're friendable if it's another pair.
We've never tried it.
I know. Because
Yeah.
sometimes maybe it is like a bit too much when it's both of us talking to one person. But I don't know. Some people don't seem to
Think
think
how
so.
many people. Yeah, but not many. Well, the ones that are, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it very much.
Now, you know how you feel about threesomes, not the sexual ones.
Oh, yeah. I hate threesome friend groups
Mm.
because there's always someone talking shit about someone
Right,
the second someone else leaves.
right. And
Mhm.
is it okay to hang out just two? And then all those things. There's
Yeah.
a lot of issues.
I mean, it is.
Maybe
You
that's your
talking
issue.
shit. Yeah, that is my issue. Groups of 3. I think it could work if no one's a shit talker, but
No, that is impossible. That is like human DNA to talk shit.
you know, our friend that we ditched,
Yeah.
she was always trying to get me to talk shit. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I will listen to you and I'll be like, yeah, okay.
It's really
Fair
hard.
point. It's very hard, but like, I always have in the back of my mind, I'm like, am I going to say this to like the other person's face?
I know that's what you're supposed to think, but
Yeah.
no one ever follows through and acts that way. They're like, yeah, that's exactly right. And anyway, she
Well,
well,
and also-
cheated.
And also, you know, like, I'm such a bad liar and like, I feel so guilty if I talk shit. So it's like
I should be more
to my
like
own
you.
detriment.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's my issue.
you're right. That's a good one.
Mhm.
We hate threesomes.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them.
Just the friendship kinds.
Mhm. Bucket list.
Oh, there's like so much pop culture things happening.
Well, I will listen and take notes.
Okay. Well, first of all, Kylie finally announced her son's name. His name is Air.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it means the Lion King or something.
when you
or
when he-
lion or like king, something like that in English. But in
is that when he
Arabic,
like holds
yeah, it's like
holds the baby the baby lion cub?
Yeah. But in Arabic, it means penis.
Stupid. So stupid. Oh my god. When are we
So
gonna grow the fuck up?
I don't know.
Like, really? Don't you feel like a middle schooler? But in a minute.
But in Arabic, it means this because it was
It
like a
means
whole
blowjobs.
it's like a whole trending thing. Like, oh,
Instagram, you gotta get a hobby. Do something good for humanity. Okay.
and then do you remember Fyre Fest?
Yes.
Okay, and that guy went to jail.
Yeah.
He's out of jail now.
Oh, what's he doing? Girls
Fire-
Gone Wild?
Fyre Fest 2.0.
Nice.
It's called PYRT. And yeah,
Party.
it's pronounced pirate.
This is stupid.
Okay, this is just as stupid as Fyre Festival. This is the whole concept. Is
He's
that
gonna go back to jail.
I know. He's just like asking to go back to jail. So it's a virtually immersive, decentralized reality events. So it's essentially like
Immersive.
the celebs are at the party, wherever the party is being held, and then you're virtually there. And then somehow you can like determine what happens at the party, like, oh, she's gonna spill a drink on this girl, or like this person's gonna dance over here. It sounded
Wow.
something like that, where you're like immersed virtually in the party, but you're not actually there.
Wow, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It really is. What are some thoughts? Costs are lower.
Costs are lower.
Like you're not hosting. You don't need porta potties, and you don't need recession. Like not.
You don't need grilled cheese sandwiches for
That's what.
everyone.
Right.
Mhm.
Or housing structures or EMTs. Right. All you're paying now are the celebrities, and I bet they're very D-list.
Yeah, I would think so.
You're not getting like George
because-
Clooney
No,
to come.
and like
and,
Kendall Jenner's not falling for that trick again.
Right. Right. So now you're like Desperate Housewives of Utah.
Yeah.
People who
Those
are
Mormon moms.
people that are willing to kind of like sell their soul for. So then it's creepy that but it's a little. What is it like?
It's like it's kind of Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What's the Jim Carrey movie?
Oh, where he's in the dome
Mhm.
thing. What is that called?
The Truman Show,
Yeah.
where they manipulate him.
Yeah.
And then, or like Ready Player One,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm strongly considering y'all reading for book club, but you would hate me, so I'm not going to.
No, we have another book.
No, I know, but when
Yeah.
my time comes in
Okay.
Q4. Okay, sorry.
Okay, actually, this is, I think, the weirdest news
Oh.
of the week.
Can't wait.
Okay, so you know how the M&Ms are little characters?
Oh, I know.
And like,
Come
there's the
on.
fat yellow one, there's the red one, and then the green one.
Why is green
Woo,
a problem?
she's such a
Hussy.
such a hussy,
Right.
such a saucy lady. Because forever she wore high heels
Right.
and she had the cute eyelashes.
Yeah. She was like
she was so cute.
Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they're like, you know what? I think it was like last year. They're like, we get it. She's like over sexualized. We'll put her in sneakers. So that's
She's over sexualized. Like some other M&M has her bent over.
exactly. Like Red was tapping her ass too much. So then they put her in sneakers, and then it was like, no, now she's
With
like
her
too,
legs unshaved.
Yeah. Like now she's too androgynous.
Oh.
Like,
God.
yeah, so like no one.
Into a wig, can't wear sneakers.
I know. I'm like,
Oh,
oh my
shit.
gosh, should they have been like fancier sneakers, like a platform golden goose? Like
Yeah,
would
right,
that have
wouldn't
solved the
have-
problem? I don't know.
What's that? Like J
Yeah,
Lo wears
I
platform
know.
sneakers all the
They
time.
kind of gave her like Stan Smiths.
A very logical thing to say from there. So then,
So then they're like, oh no, we don't like that either. So now they're like, M&M's was like, okay, well, we're actually not gonna have any M&M's characters anymore. And now Maya Rudolph is the spokesperson for M&M's because there was too much discussion about how the M&M's look and what they look like. Too androgynous or too sexy? No one could win. But this is my thought.
listening.
This is a marketing campaign, and then during like the Super Bowl or something, there's gonna be a big like purple or like a big like green M&M during like halftime show and like stilettos like coming across
You
the
think?
field. It's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be like an unveiling again of like
Yeah.
M&Ms.
I feel like Maya Rudolph is
Yeah.
gonna be in the green M&M costume,
Oh,
and then she's
that's a good
gonna
one.
unzip herself, and then it falls, and now she's got like M&M stuck all over her.
Yeah.
Like, welcome, Maya Rudolph. We are no longer candy. God, shame on society.
I know, like, they're candy.
So it's literally like the scarlet letter A.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you be a woman in high heels?
I know.
Like, God forbid.
It's like, what's wrong with you? Why do you want to have sex with an M&Ms? Like, why are you so offended?
What is wrong with you? There's nothing else for you to think. I just feel like you went from abortion to like no representation of women in society. Let's erase female M&Ms.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse is gonna.
Minnie Mouse is gonna be like exit stage left. I just feel like nothing. Okay, I'll reel it back, but we should all be very offended.
Yeah, so basically, it's like that women can't do anything, even in the form of M&Ms. Still being told what to do.
It's a real drag. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of woke up in a little bit of a bad mood, a little bit like Eeyore. Not in a bad mood, but just kind of like, meh. And this just underscores that. I do like M&Ms, though. They would make me happy if I had one. Not M&Ms, peanut M&Ms.
Oh, I was going to say, what's your favorite type of M&Ms?
Peanut.
I would say the peanut butter M&Ms.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, peanut butter M&Ms, and then probably like the pretzel M&Ms.
I've never had those. I am a purist.
Good. And then
once removed.
And then probably like a peanut M&M.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Then the mini M&Ms.
Oh my God, you like them all. How many
are there? And then maybe like the regular size
Have you
M&Ms.
been asked this question before?
No, I'm just thinking about it.
Oh shit.
I peruse the candy aisle without actually buying anything.
No.
Yeah.
What would you buy?
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, remember my roommate was a fucking junkie?
Yes.
Like, and Lindsay wanted to thank him for something. And so she bought him like the 2.5
like
pound bag. And that's what she gave him as a thank you. Yeah. And it was well received.
Yes.
It was very appropriate. And so
what candy would you buy?
I am, let's see, definitely peanut M&Ms. I used to do gummy bears, but then I choked, so I'm over that. Like I almost choked to death. And then I like the Mounds coconut bar. I like a little bit of coconut in my mouth. I know.
Literally the worst candy ever.
I think that's all I can remember.
This is also a good combo if you get like the sweet and salty kettle corn popcorn.
I could polish that off in one
then
sitting,
put some peanut butter M&Ms in it.
Ew, that's disgusting. Do you put your ice cream in a microwave too when it's too hard frozen?
Actually, I did one time.
Oh my God, that makes me so gross. It's so gross.
But it's still
I know. It really
it makes out.
It makes a lot of sense now. I've recently figured it out why.
You can mash it up.
I know.
So, yeah.
I should start doing that.
And you know what? Austin bought some drumsticks. There's an 8-pack.
I don't care
for
those.
I love drumsticks. I had 2, and I went to go grab one last night, and the empty box is in the freezer. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not cool.
I know.
You know what else is not cool?
What?
I went to go make eggs for breakfast, and I was like, good job, not eating a cookie. I opened the carton. They were also an empty carton in the fucking refrigerator. There was like 6 eggs in the container the night before.
Oh.
That means that motherfucker used those eggs to chuck over our balcony and hit cars like an adolescent teenage boy.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
I was like, they're expensive to begin with.
I know.
And he's going to be like, bitch, I bought them. I can do whatever I want. But it gave me a green light to ruin someone's morning. And so he's like,
one more reason why this morning got off to a rocky
Actually,
start.
luckily that wasn't today.
Oh, okay.
Today I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm being bitchy. He's like, oh, no worries. Cool. It's not the first time.
Okay, so that's all we have for you today. Question of the week. How do you feel about threesomes in friend groups? So screenshot this episode. Tag us on Instagram at SoFiredPod with your thoughts about groups of threes and friends. Okay?
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.